Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Today I'm back at the church parking lot, and I brought the E-flite T-28 and my old Tower Hobbies P51 Mustang. It's the Berlin Express one, and that one's been crashed for a long time, and I finally picked it up today and put it back together. I couldn't find the back plate to the red spinner that's supposed to be on there. And the cowling that I had a spare of is supposed to be for the silver Mustang, but it fits, so it's on there. And eventually maybe I'll paint it to match this airplane, but for now we got a funny silver cowling with an all drab green airplane or whatever, but it's still bound to be fun to fly. And this one has the retracts but no flaps, and we're gonna have a good time with it. But we're gonna start with the E-flite T-28. Let's get it up in the air. I see Kevin just got here. Welcome, Kevin. Well, I forgot to mess with the strap on this. After I flew yesterday, I was rushing to get to dinner. And we got the T-28 bound up, safe is turned off. I'm in high rates, if I have rates set up. And the switch that I always use for rates is in the high rate position. I am flying on a 3S 2200 today. It's a 50C Ovonic battery. So I've been flying it on 4S, but I think it'll do fine. The wind just shifted to that direction. It's been coming from that way, but we'll still take off that way and just turn into the wind. It'll be all right. It should be a little slower and probably look a little more scale flying around with its gear down. The wind's not super strong today. I am flying about 70% throttle, pushing it up to full to get that little go. So that kind of gives you an idea. When I'm flying 4S, I can sit down around half throttle or less and fly this around. So when you fly it with 3S, you're going to have your throttle up quite a bit higher. You're probably not going to get as long of flight times, because when you're flying larger cell count, that's more voltage. And when you use more voltage with the same amount of resistance, you use less power. In case you guys didn't know, I did go to school to be an electronic technician, and so I do know a little bit about watt theory and those type of things. This airplane, you get it 3S, it's still fun to fly. You gotta push that throttle up a little bit. I'm flying almost full throttle, but it still does everything. So if all you got is 3S batteries, this ain't one to take out of contention, because it is still very fun to fly. Kind of a knife edge. It's holding it pretty decent. I'm pretty far there. And I don't think it dropped. I was at almost full throttle that whole time. I will tell you guys that the P51 just is off for repair. So I did put it in the air real quick before the video. I was risking taking a chance on crashing it without having it on video, but I thought I'd rather make sure that I got my trims right so I can have fun on the video instead of messing with the trims the whole flight. It wasn't too far off, just a little bit. So I think this airplane usually struggles on the inverted. It's doing much better with the 3S battery. A little less weight up there. And it doesn't seem to look much different as far as the CG goes. It's doing alright. My landing approach is going to be something like this. So we'll take it back around and put it on the ground. Somewhere in the 3/4 throttle range, cutting it back now, 0 throttle, and then we'll bring the throttle back in to get it to the runway. Here we go, lined up. Oh, all right, nice and easy. Let it get a little too low and bring it back here before I switch models. And I gotta flip the switch I got safe on this one because it's retracts on this other airplane. Well, there we go. All right, now change the models, and I deleted out the old Mustang memory that I had in my radio, so I had to create a new one. And this airplane has I think a 10 channel orange RX receiver in there, and I used it for quite a while in another airplane, so I think it's good. Should be all right. And we're in high rates. Full elevator to get this to taxi a little bit. Now I didn't, of course, because it was a front end damage, the prop was broken. The E-flite T-28, in case you guys don't know, it comes with an extra prop. And so I put it on the Mustang. It's I want to say it's a 9.5 by 6.5 or something like that. It seemed to do good on the practice lap. So, all right, a little bit of elevator and get her rolling. There we go. Putting the gear up. And it looks good. Going full throttle for this pass. So I got the retracts on separate channels and the ailerons on separate channels. So I didn't have to use any Y harnesses. Woo! That grass is a little taller than I was thinking it was. Got really close. But whatever that prop is, the T-28 seems to be working really good with this. There's a little bit of vibration because that spinner that I substituted on there isn't quite right, and the hole in it was just a little big. So you can hear it vibrating just a little bit. And it is wandering just a little bit at full speed, so I might need to work on some expo and things. I haven't, like I said, it's just straight out of the box settings. There's no changes on the radio. It's all 1-to-1, as they say. So I'm getting, you're seeing jerky fingers and all kinds of stuff, but it's flying good for a bunch of pieces put together. And it would probably be a little faster if I had the right size spinner. This spinner is a little, the diameter is too small to get the air out around the cowling. So there's a flat space right behind the spinner. And this is a dark airplane with just the single stripe over the wing. But it's still a lot of fun. The Mustang's always fun, right? That's why they've made so many different variations of it in the RC world. Take it up into the big loop. Ooh, I took it way up there. Coming straight down. Cutting out of it a little early. Bringing the wheels down for the landing. We'll bring it towards me to make sure I see them. There they are. And then we'll circle around. I don't think I made it around far enough. So we'll take it back this way. I gotta make sure that I get it lined up over on those parking spots on the other side there. Boy, it's moving too fast still. Well, yeah, let's sit it down. And perfect. So I let it get down there a little farther, and I gotta remember these smaller planes don't need as far to run out to the stop. So it's been a while since I flew the old Tower Hobby P51 Mustangs. I gave away that new one I had in the box a while back, and then I had silver, or I don't know which one it was, but I had another one that I sold it at a swap meet, and then I have the bubble top one that I had crashed in pieces at home. And so this was the closest one I had to fixing up, and so that's what I did. I put it back together, and we might get out the little spray gun and touch it up, make it look nice again. But I think I'm gonna just fly it and have fun with it for a little while, and then if it keeps going, we're gonna fix it up. But guys, that was the E-flite T-28 and the Tower Hobbies P51 Mustang. They're both about the same size, and just kind of give you the idea what you get for that 1100 millimeter size. You can have a lot of fun, and for that I'm thankful to the Lord that He provided this kind of fun for me, and I'm so blessed. And guys, if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me that thumbs up, leave some great comments. Until next time, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Thanks guys, see you tomorrow.